What do women want is a question that men have been asking themselves for decades, if not hundreds of years. Because every single woman will have different and subjective criteria for choosing a partner, trying to come up with a universal answer can be daunting and confusing. But the truth is, regardless of whether or not you have the perfect smile or the perfect height, there are certain things women do want almost universally. They just happen to be the inner qualities of a person. By promoting a positive personality, avoiding negative qualities, and treating women right, any man can be the kind of guy every girl wants. The benefits of being confident are nearly endless. Greater happiness in life, freedom from anxiety and reduced stress levels, and greater self-worth. People who are around confident people also reap the benefits. Their interactions with you will be more relaxed, comfortable, and enjoyable, and they'll be able to trust and respect you more. All other things unchanged. If it's between someone who is confident and someone who is anxious all the time, most women would prefer to be with a guy who's confident. Show confidence by exhibiting good posture. Stand up straight, smile, make good eye contact, take more space, don't fidget, and be open with your stance. That is, don't cross your arms or your legs. Remember what makes you great. You do, in fact, have lots of skills, talents, and points. Make a list of these things for your reference and look them over from time to time as a reminder. If you start to feel negative about yourself, give yourself a pep talk. Hey man, so what if you don't have a six-pack? You have an A in math. You have a nice smile. You're funny. You just got a job as a lifeguard for the summer. You have really good friends, and you're a really good shortstop. You have a lot of things going for you. Girls like guys who can tell them interesting stories about things they've done and seen. And many girls will enjoy getting to experience these things with you. By doing lots of things, you'll be enriching yourself as a person, learning new skills and information, and the kinds of things you do and don't like. Try new foods, new sports, crafting, like woodworking and welding, programming, sewing, anything that piques your interest. Don't get caught up in the notion that certain hobbies are for girls or boys only. The idea that certain things are only for one gender or the other is all the result of cultural conditioning. And there's nothing wrong with a boy learning to knit or skydive or whatever he wants to do. Everyone likes being around someone that can make them laugh. Laughter does a lot of great things for your body, including reducing stress and blood pressure. It also makes us feel good. Learn how to make people laugh, and learn how to take a joke as well, even if it's at your own expense. 4. Remember that no matter how big or small one's failures, they're just an opportunity to improve yourself. And everyone makes mistakes. Don't get hung up on a sense of pride, and you'll be able to enjoy your life a lot more. Remember that so-called mean-hearted jokes made at the expense of others actually aren't funny and can spread hurtful ideas about other people. There are lots of jokes that you can make that have nothing to do with other people and won't hurt anyone's feelings. For example, what's made of leather and sounds like a sneeze? A shoe. When you interact with people, be generous. Share your time and your feelings with others, and take the time to be a pillar of support when they need you. Take the time to give back to the communities and world around you as well, and you will become a person more people want to be around. Volunteer to help drive siblings to and from school functions and sports practices. Help your friends and classmates on projects when they're struggling. Donate your time and energy to visiting people in assisted living homes or walking dogs at your local animal shelter. Participate in fundraising drives like baked sales for charity or canned food drives around the holidays. Sometimes people get the idea that there are certain types of guys that you can easily classify men into, and that by becoming that type of person, you will become appealing. It might be true that if you change yourself to be someone you're not, you could attract a girlfriend. But that relationship would be based on a lie that you will have to continue indefinitely in order to sustain that image. Live your life and conduct your relationships in ways that are genuine, honest, and uniquely you. If you're not into something, like a specific kind of music or a sport, don't lie, even if the girl you're interested in feels differently. Most people will not take it personally if some of your interests are not mutual. And if she does, that might be a sign you're not very compatible. Women find it unappealing when men are bitter or look down on women. This applies whether it's a personal comment about her, other women you've dated, or women in general. No one is going to want to spend time around someone who treats them disrespectfully and unkindly. For starters, don't make rude comments about women. Label them as crazy. Claim they belong in the house, or call them derogatory names. Women are really just people. Ask yourself how you would want to be treated if you were a woman and use this as a gauge. Ask the women around you, sisters, mothers, friends, and co-workers, what kinds of behavior they find offensive, and be sure to avoid doing these things. If you have problems with disliking women as a whole, you likely have some personal issues that you need to take some time to address. Try to figure out why you feel this way and seek counseling to work your way through it. Women don't want to date a guy who has no manners and lacks in personal hygiene. It should be obvious, but don't pick your nose, spit, scratch your butt, or clip your nails in public. If you wouldn't want your grandmother to see you doing it, don't do it. Some men make the mistake of thinking that being a ladies' man means flirting with all the women they're around, even if their date is present, or bragging about previous girls they've dated. What this really communicates to women is that you don't respect them, particularly not the girl you should actually be trying to charm. At the very least, you need to not engage in this sort of behavior in your date's presence, but preferably, you should not do it at all. Although there is a lot of talk about two people needing to have some kind of chemistry, being on a date or in a relationship should not feel like being in a debate class. Many people find arguing to be stressful and unpleasant, and you don't want to give the impression that you're judging her. Wait until your relationship has become more established before getting into philosophical debates, and instead let things go and switch topics if things become too heated. Brainstorm a number of interesting topics that you two can talk about beforehand, like where she grew up, or what kinds of hobbies you two like, your favorite vacation destinations, that sort of thing. Telling a woman what to do, how to do, or why to do something, especially when you are ignoring her own life experiences in favor of a man's, is often referred to as mansplaining. It's considered unattractive and disrespectful. Most women will not expect you to spend indiscriminately, but if you take a girl on her first date to your favorite fast food joint, or ask her to pay half at a very expensive restaurant that you suggested, she may think less of you for that. Think about it. A date is a chance to show her that you think she's special and to treat her so. If you act cheap, you're communicating that you don't value her or your potential relationship with her. Avoid mentioning words like saving and budget for the first few dates. Plan your dates wisely. You can pick restaurants that you know have a menu and a price range you can afford by looking them up online first or choosing to eat at lunchtime instead of dinner. You can also try making dates that might be cheaper overall, like making a romantic picnic in the park or taking her out to a famous local destination for sightseeing instead of eating. Whether you're at work, on a date, or at school, be careful that you treat everyone around you with a minimum level of respect. This means don't pick fights, yell, insult people, act egotistical, and in general avoid copying an antagonistic attitude. Women are often watching how you treat other people around you, and not just them, to get a feel for how you might treat them later on or people they care about. Although everyone gets down in the dumps every once in a while, you should avoid being overly insecure and dependent. Particularly at the beginning stages of a relationship, you want to show that you've got things together and you're not a hot mess just waiting to fall apart on her. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you've made it this far, drop a comment below with the word 2024 so I know you're still with me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.